son. I am the lucky one. I am the lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am the lucky one. I am the lucky one. Staying up till the morning light. No, you don't mind it. I think you like it. Always showing you wrong from right. I'll let you guide me. Just stay beside me. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. You are a rainbow sun. I am the lucky one. I am the lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am the lucky one. 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 The seasons change, but you're the same. Your love is constant. You've never lost it. Your voice is calling out my name. It makes me miss you, even when I'm with you. Oh, nobody wants to go it alone, and I just wanna stay here with you. You are a rainbow sun. I am the lucky one. I am the lucky one. You are my favorite song. I am the lucky one. 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 I am the lucky one.
Hello, it's another Tuesday. A speedy welcome to the show for everyone. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh, and I welcome you. My guest this week is somebody a lot of you may know, and she's here with me to tell us her story. And as always, our story, Women of Speed, will inspire you. She is sitting right here with me. May we know you?
I'm Honorable Vera Akua. Thank you.
Honorable Vera Akua. And you told me what you wanted to be growing up. What was that? Tell us.
Growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer.
But you're not a lawyer today.
No, I'm not.
So what happened?
There were distractions along the line. And sometimes you may wish and hope to be something. And when you don't work towards achieving it enough, you may not be able to achieve it at that time.
Okay. So your aspiration to be a lawyer were distracted. And so what did you do instead?
I'm into business. I read business management, first degree and master's.
Okay.
I run a business, I run a restaurant, and I also, had a boutique before going into restaurant business.
Okay. So restaurant business, you read management.
Yeah.
You have a degree in management and a master's in management.
Yeah.
And a cook, how does that tally?
There are services.
Okay. And you like to serve.
Very well.
Yeah. So what prompted you to go into catering especially? Because you could have been any other. You said you started with a boutique.
Yeah.
But what prompted you to go into catering?
Having discovered and maybe realizing that I could cook well.
Okay.
I didn't just feel like feeding the people in my house.
Okay.
I also felt like attending to the public.
Okay.
So that
Somebody might have eaten your food and like, oh, you cook so well.
Yeah, yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't you?
In fact, I enjoy watch my customers enjoy what they are offered.
Okay. So you started a boutique, and then you went into a restaurant business.
Yeah, actually, when I was running a boutique and also started a restaurant, I wanted to run two of them.
Okay.
But the economy, I couldn't give equal attention to each of them.
Okay.
So the boutique was affected, and I had to face the restaurant business because I felt I needed everyday business. Even when there's nothing at all, you can suspend not wearing clothes, not buying new clothes. You can decide to settle on the other ones, but you cannot eat on the food you ate previously.
Yeah.
So I wanted
You must eat
day.
every day.
Yeah, sure.
That is true.
Yeah.
Please be close to your microphone. So that's what you're still doing, isn't it?
Yes. I'm even coming from here. I'm even coming to this place from the restaurant.
From your restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes. So you are into the restaurant full time.
Completely.
Yes. So you also fed NUJ at a point. While we were talking, you said you were.
Yes.
So while you were with them, were you moved to be part of them? That is, to be a journalist?
No.
Why?
Because journalism has never been part of me.
Okay.
I like their company. I like discussing with them. I like their arguments and all of that. But I've never thought of being one.
Wow. So you wanted to be a lawyer. You couldn't be a lawyer because of distractions.
Yeah.
You became a hotelier. Let me put a restaurant too.
Yeah.
Yes. So what you know, once you aspire to be something, sometimes you would want to think back. Now, you wanted to be a lawyer. That must have been a reason why you wanted to be a lawyer. What was your reason at that early stage?
When I was coming up, the injustice on women, my dream of being a lawyer was, that may sound funny, but that's the truth. My dream of being a lawyer was because I wanted to defend women.
Wow.
I felt women were
unjustly treated.
And I felt there should be a voice. And probably somebody that might also feel the pain, because you have to be able to feel the pains to be able to really stand out for something.
That's true. So you wanted to be a gender lawyer?
I would have been a general lawyer, but my focus would have been on women anyway.
Yeah, the female gender.
Yes.
Because of the injustice meted to women. So the situation at that time, maybe that could have also influenced you, isn't it? The situation, the way women were treated back then and the way they are treated now, is there any difference?
And because of the awareness, I can say, is not so much, but much better.
Okay. So if you are just tuning in, it is Women of Speed on a Tuesday afternoon. And I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh, on Women of Speed. And my guest is Vera Akua. So when you decided that you are going to go into business and becoming a lawyer should be at the background, has anybody ever kind of influenced your decision?
Nobody needs to influence my decision, because at the age I am now, I have so many options available to. Now you are in business, and it is still possible for me to go back to read law. I think age is not a barrier, and it can never be late. So I'm still weighing those options. I might still go back for it, or may not, depending on how I weigh it.
You already said women are better treated now.
Sure.
Can you expand on that? How are they better treated now?
Women are better treated because they now know their rights. They now fight for their rights. And even if they are not able to completely be treated as they expected, at least we have a voice. And by the grace of God, it can be better because there are other pressure groups also fighting for the rights of women. Apart from women themselves beginning to know their rights.
At a point in the Nigerian polity, it was said women were given 35%. Do you think the 35% is fully utilized?
No, apart from not even being fully utilized, to me, if you ask me, the issue of 35% is not what I've ever enjoyed hearing. Why giving women 35%? Women should be treated based on their worth. If 100 women or even 80% are able to fill in the gap in terms of capacity, why reduce them to 35%?
You know why I ask you that question?
No.
Because to me, women are still treated unfairly. So, you can still go back to your law school or go back to your first inspiration and come back fighting. Don't you think so? Like the Hausa man says, "Game ubaya hana ilimi." That is, no matter how old you are, you can still learn, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
as a child coming up, I thought the only way I could be able to defend women would be going to read law. But at this time, without going to read law,
you can still do it.
We form pressure groups.
Thank you very much.
And fight for ourselves.
Yes. So listeners, if you're listening, this is Women of Speed. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue to talk to Honorable Vera Akua.
We do it naturally, and you love it. We are Asking Radio 98.5, Speed FM. Catch us if you can.
So this is Women of Speed on Speed FM 98.5 Makudi. We are talking to Honorable Vera Akua, who initially wanted to be a lawyer, but she couldn't be a lawyer because of some distractions. And presently, she's a restaurateur. She went into a business because she went into the university to read business management and entrepreneurship. And so here today, that's what she's doing. And you can call us if you want to contribute on 8080 427-5464 and talk to us if you are inspired. Because today's Women of Speed is to inspire somebody. And if you're listening, you can call us 0808 427-5464. So, Honorable Vera, who wanted to be a lawyer but is not a lawyer, she's feeding us instead. So, you have a daughter?
Yeah.
You do.
I have a beautiful daughter.
Good. And have you ever thought of she picking up where you couldn't, becoming a lawyer?
Actually, she also had such dream.
Yeah.
But somehow, she had a small problem in the area she wanted to read.
Okay.
And when I wanted her to go register and start on that note, she said no. She will go back reading law after her first year in the university.
Okay.
Somehow, she started and felt going back to go and start 100 level again to read law was a delay for her.
Yeah, being a female.
Promised us that after her first degree, she could go back for it. Surprisingly, after the first degree, all she could see was going into the second degree. She has just graduated. Okay. And we are still on it. You can see it's not late, you are young. First, second degree doesn't stop you from.
You know, I aspired to be a broadcast journalist.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that because my father said no.
Yeah.
But I've encouraged my daughter to be a broadcast journalist.
Yeah.
And in fact, 2 of my daughters are doing what I'm doing.
That's nice.
You understand?
That's
so,
nice.
Sometimes when we can live our dreams, we encourage our children who might have shown interest in that particular profession.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking if your daughter had that same inspiration to be a lawyer, but no, she went into the university and read something else.
Yeah.
Yes. So what do you think?
No, we're still on it.
On the law issue.
We're still on it.
You're still on it. It's not late.
Yeah, no,
it's never
not
too late. Yes. And it might even be better. She might go in now and do better.
Yeah, that's true.
In that particular
That's
course.
true.
Mm-hmm. So any encouragement? Did you encourage her in any way or anybody?
I think her father is a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
and she wishes to take over from the father.
Okay.
She read political science diplomacy first degree, and international relations and diplomacy second degree. And I think in our last discussion, she was like, she may either have to go in for a PhD or go back to go and read law. And to me, I still feel the dream I never achieved can be achievable from her, especially the fact that she also had such a dream.
Yeah.
So we are still on it.
And the fact that the father is a lawyer. And the political science and the international, they are actually a little basics for law.
Yeah, sure.
That's wonderful to hear. So if you're listening to us, you can call us to be part of the program on 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. And we're also streaming live online and on Facebook on askingradio.com. So whichever way you want to, you can communicate us, call us and tell us if you have been inspired from her story or you want to add to what she's saying. Tell us if you had the same problem. You aspired to be something, but something came up and you couldn't be what you wanted to be, and what efforts you are putting in order to achieve your inspiration. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, we'll continue.
Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.
This is Speedy Women on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. And I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh. Welcome back to the program. We are still talking to Honorable Vera Akua, and she's telling us her story. Have you been inspired? Did she say something that rang a bell somewhere? Call us and tell us on 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. So, Honorable Vera.
Yeah.
So who is Honorable Vera?
Honorable Vera Akua probably may have been a household name. I've been around.
Okay.
I mingle. I have friends. I am indeed into politics. So if you cannot know Vera in her business, in her restaurant, you must have been able to meet Vera in the political world.
Okay. That's okay. So, but politics wasn't what you had inspired to go into, that is?
I never thought of being a politician, but I started enjoying the gimmicks of politics. Yes.
So what interested you? What made you step into the world of politicians?
The truth of the matter is, when I was coming up, the first politician I got to know was even King Abushule of the blessed memory. When I was coming up, I remember he contested for conference assembly, conference, something. He contested for a post. And the way I was in Katsina then, my own place, and the way I saw them trying to play each other out was a game I enjoyed. Oh, let me remember, did he contest for governorship before that one? I think so. Then it was King Shulwa contested for governorship, Reverend Father Adasu, Engineer Gbeta.
That's a long time ago.
Yes, and when I could see how each other would be trying to outsmart the other,
It got you interested.
it got me interested. And I probably could tell myself that this is an interesting game. Each person setting his eyes on the board to score that goal. And
you came into politics, and you also noticed, even before you came into politics, you noticed how women were marginalized. Let me use that word, marginalized.
Sure.
So coming in, did you bring in your fellow women, or you just walked in alone in a world of men? Sounds funny,
Grandma,
doesn't it?
this game of politics, it's not so many women that want to be part of it.
Okay.
Because you are giving names that don't even belong to you.
And you enjoyed answering such names?
No. It's
Okay.
not as if one enjoys it.
Okay.
But I enjoy that game of politics.
Okay.
So I've made up my mind that in all that, we're here together. By the grace of God, under Governor Otam's regime, I was privileged to be appointed as administrator of Katsina local government. It may please you to know that those 6 months I became administrator.
You did so much.
And I was the only person in my batch that the governor went to my own place to commission a project I did in few months. After that,
that should encourage women, isn't it? What Honorable Vera could do, I can do better.
Sure, and I've always told them that.
But did anybody look up to you as a model?
I have a lot of them. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Forget about names calling. You can achieve your dream. And you can do better. You can do well. So forget about whichever name you are given. Let me cite this as an example. Before I left my place this afternoon, somebody said, I would have stayed there, but because Vera is the leader of that group, I cannot. That is how low the man looks at women.
Okay.
Vera has first, second degree. Vera, at the age I am, I made you proud, even when I became chairman. So what is wrong about me leading you in a small place?
So men look down on female leaders.
Completely. Completely.
Well, so you see, we've not yet arrived. Women
I believe.
I
believe you.
Women will always be second-class citizens. Yes. So this is Speed FM 98.5 Makudi, and this is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh. And we've been talking to Honorable Vera Akua, who aspired to be a lawyer, but because of distractions, she changed and became a restaurateur. And presently, she's also a politician. Like you heard her earlier, she was even an administrator in one of the past regimes. So if you want to be part of the program, you can join us by calling 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. And tell us what part of her story has inspired you. Do you want to contribute? Do you want to tell us your own story? How have you benefited? Have you ever felt like being something and it turns out at the end of the day that you are not what you wanted to do? Call us and tell us. 0808 427 5464. 5464 on Speed FM Makudi. We're going to take a break.
Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.
So, this is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and the program is Women of Speed. Are you a man of speed? Men, you can also call. I'm sure you have something to tell us that will inspire somebody. Tell us your story. Men, are you there? The women are shying, so you can call and tell us your story on 08084 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. I have in the studio with me Honorable Vera Akua, and you were explaining to me the issue of women being marginalized. We're having gender problem in Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, in Africa. Yeah, well, some other African countries are already getting out of the quagmire. We have female presidents. I think Namibia.
Yeah,
Namibia is a female.
Yeah,
and so many others. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But in Nigeria, it is a little. We've not yet been educated, enlightened, you would say. Yes. So those of you who are enlightened, those of you who have tasted it and have proved that you can do it, why don't you continue educating and encouraging others to do the same?
Yes, we've not.
Like you said, you have some who are grooming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how far? Tell us how it
We
is.
still have a long way. We still have a distance to cover.
But you know something I observed?
No.
Women are very honest. Women are an honest species.
That's why the man hates you people.
And that is why women will not put their fingers
And that's why we're hated.
in dishonest
Yes.
gains or activities. Could that be the reason why women are shying from politics? If you must go in, then you must dirty your fingers.
No. Politics per se is not a dirty game as some people claim. People who are dirty politics can also be dirty in any other area of endeavor. You can be an honest politician depending on who you are. So if you've ever been who you are in terms of describing you as politics being a dirty game, you would have been dirty in any other place. There are people who are honest even in politics. Okay. And there are women who can still be honest even in politics. But what I know is, when you want to do any good thing, the challenge you have is much more than cutting corners and walking away. People want to have it first.
But the ladies would not want to cut corners. They want to do it the way it is.
That is why we have a problem.
Uh-huh.
That when the men want us to cut corners and you are not willing, they will always say, "Via Tavequayum." And it is one problem we also have.
You're unmanageable.
Like my own problem, I'm talking about myself. You said I should tell you who this Vera is. For most people, their problem with me is everybody that knows me can attest to the fact that I say it the way it is. I don't know how to cut corners. To me, everything should be done right. And to most people, they don't like it that way. They want to cut corners and walk away. To them, taking it straight is just wasting their time.
So, lawyer turned caterer turned politician. So, have you been inspired? Call us and tell us. 0808 427 5464 and be a part of the program. Also streaming online and Facebook on askingradio.com. So, actually this show is for women. But like I said earlier, men can join in the discussion and inspire somebody. What has inspired you from what Vera has told us this afternoon? Please call us and let us know on 0808 427 5464, and let's hear your own, what has inspired you. So men, are you there? Men of speed. Not only women are women of speed. How did you grow up? What inspired you? What are you doing now? Is what you are doing now the same thing you aspire to be growing up? Or something hindered you and you are doing something else? Call us and tell us, and let's discuss. I was inspired to be a journalist. I couldn't be a journalist, but today I'm living my dreams. Are you living your dreams? Call us and let us hear your side of the story. So, Madam Vera, growing up, a lot of people want to be a lot of things. But like somebody said, the end justifies the means.
Yeah.
In your own case, you wanted to be a lawyer. Distractions took your mind from there. You discovered you were a very good cook. You decided to go into cooking. And today, that is your profession.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then to also do it better, you went into school and you read, you got a degree in business management, entrepreneurship, and the masters.
Yeah.
And today, you are a well-educated entrepreneur, and you're handling your business aright.
Mm.
How many people have you employed?
Wow. I have a staff strength of no less than 10.
Very good.
So I am an employer of labor.
Mm-hmm. That's very good. We would like so many of you. We would like to have so many of you so that you mop up the streets of graduates and both graduates and undergraduates. You know, when we were growing up, when you're in a higher institution, during holidays, you look for a vacation job. And you are doing that and occupying your time and having something to put for pocket money for when you go back, so that you won't have to disturb your parents so much. I remembered I did that. But we can't have such now, can we? It's very difficult.
Very difficult.
You find graduates struggling for a job that non-graduates,
There are lots of people into it because times are hard.
Times are hard.
I traveled last Saturday. On my way back, our vehicle broke down in Boko and we took a taxi. So somehow, as we got talking, the boy told me, "Mommy, I'm also a graduate."
That's the driver.
Yes. I am an engineer. I am doing this while looking for
something better.
Something better.
Something in my...
So even today, those who want to live decently still can go into the least jobs for survival. A lot of people will come during holidays. One from one of the polytechnics walked up to me and said, "Mommy, I want to work for the period I will be home." I said, "No problem." She stayed for 1 month. The day she was leaving, what I gave her
was enough for
the
to take
excitement
care.
Gave
Was
me a
encouraging.
kind of joy. "Hey, Mommy, thank you." I looked at the money I gave her and I was surprised that she appreciated it.
So do you encourage people like you, people who are into these small businesses, to help mop the street, those younger ones who are wandering the streets,
Yes.
and help them to, live their dreams?
Yes, if you can, why not? If you can, why not? But the problem is, not everybody is prepared for certain jobs.
Yeah.
Some of them look at themselves and they feel from certain things, the money they will get will be more than the money. I don't want to begin to sound as if I can challenge my distance, so I don't want to talk about
I
that.
met a lady who said she employed somebody and she's paying him from her pocket.
Yes. Yes.
So if you can do that, women of speed, I know it's difficult. It's difficult out there. It's a difficult world we are living in. But if you can do what Honorable Vera did, get somebody, even if it means nothing is too small. Just help the government to take care of the young ones who are graduating, who are coming out from school and have nothing to do, to show for themselves. And while they wait for maybe service or another degree, why don't you help them? It's something. Call us 0808 427 5464 and let's discuss. Do you have something that will inspire somebody, something that can inspire somebody? Have you gotten to find something, or do you have it in you to inspire and encourage somebody to live his or her dream? Call us and let's discuss. 0808 427 5464.
Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.
This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. And I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh. So like I said earlier, my guest this week is Honorable Vera Akua. And she said growing up, she inspired to be a lawyer, but was distracted, and she changed to a caterer. And today she's feeding thousands, and she even has a staff strength of 10 that she's paying every month. That's encouraging. So what do you find in her story that has inspired you? Call us on 0808 427 5464 and let's hear what encouraged you, what inspired you from her story. We're also streaming live on askingradio.com. Hello, good evening. Hello. Sorry, we lost that call. So call us on 0808 427 5464. So your daughter may be a lawyer in the future, or meanwhile, she is a political scientist.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said she did masters in international
Relations and diplomacy.
Yeah. So she may not, but she's not married yet.
No, she's still coming up. She's just leaving school now.
Okay.
If you have a good son-in-law, just bring.
Unfortunately, my son has been taken. My son has been taken. So but we'll be on the lookout.
Yes. Sir.
Yeah. So if she's listening to us, she should also call us and tell us how it was growing up with a mother like you.
No, she's not around.
What's her
here.
name?
Lupe.
Okay.
She's not around here. She's in Abuja.
She's in Abuja. But, we go as far as London,
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's great.
You should have told her to tune to Asking Radio so that she will listen to you and also contribute. Tell us how growing up. Lupe, if by
any
chance you are listening to Asking Radio 98.5 Sweet FM Makudi, you can call in and tell us how growing up with Honorable Vera Akua was like on 0808 427 5464.
Lupe, call us. If by any chance you can hear us, call us.
So let's take a break. When we come back, we'll also talk more on your career.
We do it naturally, and you love it. We are Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.
Welcome back. So, if you're just joining us, this is Speedy Women on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. I am Mrs. James, also known as GrandMa Jighjigh. So GrandMa Jighjigh is here this afternoon talking to Honorable Vera Akua, who would have been a lawyer but couldn't because of some distractions. She ended up becoming a caterer and a politician. So, have you ever found or heard or seen somebody who might have been inspired by your career or the way you live your life? Have you ever met?
Sure. I am indeed a role model to so many.
Okay.
Because if you are around me, you may definitely appreciate how I go about things.
Somebody has actually come up to you and said,
So many. It is what I hear every day. I wish I can be this humble. I wish so many other people will learn from how you operate. So many. It is what I hear every day. I remember when my daughter went through school and finished her first degree, and I was talking to her in her room. She made me weep. I wept. She said, "Mommy, you've done well. You've done what so many men won't be able," as at the age she was even then. I broke down in her room. I asked her, "Have I failed you as a mother?" She said, "No. I contested an election. I lost. I sent a message to her when she was already back to school. I said, 'My daughter, I lost at the primaries.' She said to me, 'You are a winner.'"
That's an encouraging.
Yes, she said to me, "You are a winner. Because in all you do, you put in your all." So if at the end of the day, you lose it, you've not lost.
Were you a single mother?
I am a single mother.
Yeah, well.
I am a single mother. My daughter is my friend. My daughter is my daughter and my friend.
That's interesting.
She is my prayer partner. We do things together. We gist together. We pray together. We encourage each other together.
So that's another. She is a single mother. She is a single mother. That's Honorable Vera Akua, a single mother who has made it despite all odds. And she's sitting here with us and inspiring us from her story.
Grandma, it may interest you that I didn't even go to school in time. After being distracted, and I went into certain things, the word respect certificate.
Definitely.
So if you never have that certificate, no matter how much you have achieved, they are seeing you as she's not gone to school. She's an illiterate. So I took up that challenge. Went, had my first degree, and I said I won't even stop there. Had my second degree.
Determination.
Yes. And it may interest you to know that first and second degree at the age I am has been done in less than 10 years from now. So that's to say I didn't go to school in time. But there was a time I told myself that I need to go to school. And I stepped up. And I've done all that.
Did you hear that?
If you go to my house, Granny, I have a crowd of more than 15 in my house. I have people I feed in the house, more than 15. I've just been able to put 2-3 in the university. My daughter is just about graduating. 2 have just gone in BSU now to go and read.
These are not your children.
Accounting. These are not my children. The people I have only one, my daughter. But what I've taken on me is more than 15. And it is what I enjoy doing.
Taking care of relatives.
Yes.
That's wonderful to hear. And so, Honorable Vera Akua went to school late, yet she was able to acquire her first degree and her second degree, trained her daughter through university, who has just graduated from her master's, and also has others that she's training who are not her biological children. Are you inspired? Call us. Are you one of those she's training? Call us and tell us what you think about her. What has she done that has inspired you? What do you think you can do to also inspire others? Call us on 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. We're also streaming online on askingradio.com. We're also on Facebook. So whichever form you want to get to us, please call us and let us hear your own. Are you inspired from Honorable Vera's story? Call us and let us hear. This is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi, and I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh. So GrandMa Jighjigh is here with you this afternoon, talking to you on this program, Women of Speed. Call us 0808 427 5464 and tell us what has inspired you from Honorable Vera's story so far. So, Honorable Vera, these people you are feeding and training, they have their own parents, or are they orphans?
Some, most of them have their parents.
Okay. So you just picked one and decided to help the parents train one through school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you know the insecurity in my place, you know why I have to have so many of them.
That's true. That's true. That's something. There's another angle. You can go into the IDP camps and pick one or two and train. If you're from that particular axis, I'm sure. Somebody must be from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the recent one, somebody must be from that particular part of Benue, Yelwater.
Yeah.
Come up and do something.
Yeah.
Come up and do something. That's wonderful. So call us and tell us what has inspired you from Honorable Vera's story on 0808 427 5464. That is 0808 427 5464. And let's hear your own, what has inspired you. Tell us what has inspired you so far from what we are discussing. Men of Speed, are you there? Call us too and let us hear your story. Did you grow up with a single mother? How was it growing up? What was your experience like? Call us and tell us how it was. If your mother is still alive, you can hail her and praise her on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi and tell us what it was like growing up with a single parent. 0808 427 5464. What were your inspirations? Were you able to live them? Are you living it now, or you are into something has diverted you from what you had inspired to be from the beginning? Are you back doing it, or you lost your interest? Join us in the discussion. What has inspired you from Honorable Vera's story? Hello? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, this is Asking Radio, Women of Speed. Hello? Sorry, we've lost that. So, the program is Women of Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. And you can call us to join the discussion on 0808 427 5464. We're also streaming online on Facebook on askingradio.com. Hello? So, what has inspired you from Honorable Vera's story? Call us and let's share. Call us and tell us. What advice do you have for those who have inspirations but are unable to live their dreams? Call us on 0808 427 5464. Women of Speed, be our guest. You can also join in the program. If you wish to come up to the radio and share your aspirations with others through discussions, you can also join us. Asking Radio 98.5 98.5 Speed FM. So, this is where we call it a day. Until next week again, we shall bring you a new guest who will tell us stories that will inspire women. On behalf of Asking Radio and all the crew, King James, Shima, King, I am Mrs. James, a.k.a. GrandMa Jighjigh, saying goodbye. See you next week.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.